Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is the auspicious birth of Emperor Wu Han. Liu Che, Emperor Wu Han, was the seventh emperor of the Western Han Dynasty. It was recorded in Chinese history that when Emperor Wu's mother was pregnant, she dreamed that a son plunged into her belly. When she told her husband, Emperor Jing, who was still a crown prince at that time, he said happily, "This is an auspicious sign." In addition, before Emperor Wu was born, Emperor Jing dreamed that a red pig descended from the clouds and entered Chongfang Pavilion in the palace. Emperor Jing suddenly woke up and ran into the Chongfang Pavilion to take a look and saw a huge red dragon soaring in the clouds, and the clouds and mist covered even the doors and windows of the palace. The other concubines also saw red rays of light rising from the pavilion, and when the rays of light receded, a red dragon appeared, hovering and dancing in the palace. Actually, pigs were considered very noble animals in ancient times, and the incarnation of a dragon. Later, Emperor Jing summoned a fortune teller. The fortune teller said, "Wow, this is a sign of good luck. It indicates that a holy emperor who dominates the destiny of the country will be born. This emperor will make the fortune of the dynasty and become the one bringing Han Dynasty to a prosperous time." When Liu Che, the upcoming Emperor Wu, was 3 years old, Emperor Jing held him on his lap. Knowing that the child was very smart, he asked him if he would like to be an emperor. The 3-year-old boy answered, "This kind of thing is arranged by the heaven, and I cannot make the decision myself, but I'm willing to live in a palace every day and play in front of you. I will never be disrespectful and fulfill my responsibility as a son." The child's words further added to Emperor Jing's surprise. Since then, he had been paying special attention to the education and training of this child. When he was a child, Liu Che began to memorize and recite some writings of sages since Fuxi times. These works include some famous papers on the yin-yang and 5 elements, as well as national policies of the past dynasties. He could memorize tens of thousands of words of articles without missing a single word. Liu Che ranked as the 10th child, with 9 elder brothers born before him. After Emperor Jing had ascended the throne, Liu Che's eldest brother, Liu Rong, the son of concubine Li Ji, was appointed crown prince. The 4-year-old Liu Che was granted the position of the king of Jiaodong state. But because the crown prince's mother, Li Ji, was very jealous, she often vented her personal anger and resentment blindly by relying on her status. Gradually, Emperor Jing was very upset. He thought to himself, "How can this kind of person be arranged to the position of the queen? A queen behavior should be an example for the entire harem." Therefore, he started to think of reappointing the crown prince sometimes in the future. As the queen's position had been empty for some time, one day in court, the grand ceremony officer suggested, "A mother is more valuable than her son. Now the Liu Rong is the crown prince, and the prince's mother had no title. She should be made a queen." Unexpectedly, however, Emperor Jing furiously said, "Is that what you should say?" And he punished the ceremony officer. Then Emperor Jing immediately dismissed Liu Rong as a crown prince, replaced him by the 7-year-old Liu Che as the new crown prince, and made Liu Che's mother, Lady Wang, the queen. After Liu Che had become the crown prince, he studied even more diligently and studied a wide range of subjects, including horse riding, archery, Confucianism, and literature, which made an even greater impression on Emperor Jing of the Han Dynasty. When he was 14 years old, the imperial judge asked Emperor Jing to approve a murder case. The murderer was called Fang Nian, and the one who was killed was his stepmother. Because Fang Nian's stepmother had killed his father, Fang Nian had killed his stepmother. The judge planned to convict Fang Nian of treason. But Emperor Jing felt that something was not right, so he asked Liu Che for his advice. Liu Che said, "Usually, a stepmother should be treated as a real mother. But as a matter of fact, a stepmother is indeed different from a real mother. Now that Fang Nian's stepmother killed her husband, his father, and his stepmother have also broken up, there is no longer a mother-child relationship. The case should be considered as a general homicide, and he should not be sentenced for the crime of treason." Emperor Jing adopted this advice and sentenced Fang Nian for general homicide. The minister also thought that Liu Che's analysis was very appropriate, and Emperor Jing paid even more attention to Liu Che from then on. In 140 BC, Emperor Jing Han died. On the same day, 16-year-old Liu Che officially ascended to the throne as Emperor of Han. From then on, the Han Dynasty opened the curtain of becoming stronger and even more prosperous. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching story will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.